My next guest is an actress, a comedian, a jazz singer, writer, and womanizer. Her word, not mine. But these days, Lea DeLaria is best known for this role.
Here's to heaven or hell and nothing in between.
She plays the salacious and pugnacious Big Boo on the great Netflix series Orange is the New Black. And in one of her latest projects, Lea channels another big personality you might be familiar with.
There's a star, man, waiting in the sky.
That's from her terrific album. It's called House of David, a jazz tribute to, you guessed it, David Bowie. Lea talked with me ahead of her show this month at the Wilbur. Hey, Lea, thanks for being here.
Oh, my pleasure.
Okay, so America loves you for Big Boo. I love you, really love you, for David Bowie. What's with House of David? How did that come about? What's the connection? What's the whole deal?
Well, first of all, let me just say that I love you for loving House of David. I love you, Jim.
really
I
do.
love you. Well, I had, you know, anybody who knows my music knows I'm a really weird jazz person. And by that, I mean, I'm not doing the same 50 American songbook songs, you know, like everybody else. My music has always been out of the box. You know, like with the first record, the big hit was The Ballad of Sweeney Todd. Anybody who think you could do a swing version of that would be like, they thought I was nuts when I said it. And now it's still constantly played on jazz radio. So all my records have been like that. And I pitched to Warner Brothers, pitched and pitched and pitched. I want to do a Bowie record. And they're like, yeah, we don't see it. I'm like, how can you not see this, right? So finally I got over it, and I said, I booked myself at the London Jazz Festival. I booked one show of House of David, DeLaria plus Bowie equals jazz. It sold out the minute the tickets went on sale.
And that did it for them? Was that the point?
Well, I had to add another show, and then they came, and they saw how the audience responded to it, because, you know, it sold out. So they came to the second show. They saw how the audience responded to it. They saw it was great. And they went, yeah, let's do it. And then the label went under.
And speaking of, so what, you
so
produce
I had to do it
yourself?
myself. I had to do it myself.
I didn't know that. So speaking of response, you told me that David Bowie himself endorsed this
Endorsed
or gave
it,
you
embraced it, put it on his website, told people to give me money so that I
How'd
could
that
make
feel?
it. Like I had been touched by the hand of God.
Well, you
like
had.
I
That's
was
why.
Adam in the finger.
Okay, it's the right finger, thank goodness. Okay, you know, you got this all, I mean, this is in your blood. Your father was a jazz pianist, right? Is that what it was?
That's
And you
correct.
as a little kid are going out performing with him all
He
that sort of
taught me
stuff?
how to sing when I was a kid.
Yeah.
He saw that I was interested in the music. He kind of said to me, look, if you're going to be a singer, that's good. I just need you not to be one of those vapid singers. I need you to know music. And he taught me music, and he rehearsed with me, and then he took me out with the clubs. To
Vapid, you are not. But speaking of that, I told you, everybody's got their favorite scene from Orange. My favorite scene is a scene with your father, not your real father, but your father here. This scene is unlike any other. I'm sure you've seen it. Watch.
I understand that whatever this is important to you, but it's a costume, that's all. No one gets the privilege of being themselves all the time, Carrie. No one. You need to decide whether your costume is worth what it's costing you.
I have had to fight for this all my life. I refuse to be invisible, Daddy. Not for you, not for Mom, not for anybody.
Every time I see it, I will. I mean, it's just it's unbelievable. When you said those words, I refuse to be invisible, do you have any idea they're become the rallying cry that they have become for so many people?
No, and no clue. I mean, I personally embraced it. You know, I really liked it. So I hashtagged it on a lot of my stuff, especially any political, anything. You know what I mean? But the fact that it's just become this battle cry for the disenfranchised is sort of fantastic. You know,
that's right.
Makes me very happy.
Why is Orange so huge? I mean, I think I know from why is Orange so huge?
Because Netflix has a lot of money. No,
okay, besides
because, I honestly believe that Orange is huge for a couple of reasons, but the main reason is people are not used to turning on the television and seeing themselves reflected in television. And here it is happening in a women's prison.
I'm just going to say, they see themselves reflected for the first time in a woman who's incarcerated?
Yeah, they do, because the women there are real, and they're honest, and it's human portrayal. And also, in terms of just that it is in a prison, it's a very there but for the grace of God situation. I think it helps us understand people who are in prison a little bit better as well. Do you know what I mean?
I totally know what you mean.
Yeah. And I think that reaches out and it touches people. The other thing is it's new. When Orange hit the airwaves, no one knew what this was going to be. No one knew what Netflix or, you know, the streaming situation would be. So suddenly we were all like being watched by, at that time, 70 million people all watched it at the same time.
70 million plus one. So big boo to David Bowie, to Miss Fritter in Cars 3. And you've done, I mean, from Law and Order, let me just go on a quick list. Friends, Will and Grace. Actually, we have a Will and Grace clip that I also love. You probably remember this one. Here's a little bit of this woman in Will and Grace.
Excuse me, sir. I'm looking for Nurse Carver.
I'm Nurse Carver.
Oh, I am sorry. How rude. I always forget that men can be nurses.
One of the funniest moments. I'm glad you think it's as funny as I do.
Oh, I love it. And plus, I love Megan Mullally. We're both Broadway people, so we knew each other before that, and, you know, we were just having a ball.
Speaking of Megan, that's why I brought that up. I want to channel Megan Kelly for a second.
Okay.
And Will and Grace. So have you had the same experience that she asked about on her first show the other day, where a young guy is watching Eric McCormick, the lawyer, and says, hey, I want to be gay and be a lawyer. Do you have a lot of friends who watched that show and said, I'm now going to be gay? Have you had that experience?
No.
I didn't think so. Did you find, I mean, is that one of the weirdest things in 2017? Do you find that odd or do you not?
Yes, I find that very odd.
Okay, fine. I
so
just
there
want to
you
be clear.
go.
If I come on the 15th and if a lot of people, what are they going to get out of you? What are you
They're
doing?
going to get the normal Lea DeLaria fare. It's going to be a lot of really hardcore, great music, fantastic musicians on stage, some of the best musicians in New York on stage with me, and then just loud, wild, in-your-face, challenging comedy.
Well, you were the March on Washington, I know, and
Right.
You're not a huge fan of Donald Trump. Is that a
No,
fair statement?
I would. It's fair to say that I'm not a huge fan.
Will Donald Trump be mentioned once or twice during this
He
thing?
will be mentioned quite a bit.
He will. Like, give me an example of what he...
I can't
you
really.
Can't do,
Do you want to go? Do you want to pull have WGBH be
It's
pulled
that
off
bad,
the air?
really?
Yeah, it's that
or
bad.
Or that good?
No, I just really can't stand him.
You want to sing me one line from Bowie on the way out?
You want me to sing you a Bowie tune?
One line, just
how
one line.
about let me see. Heaven loves ya. The clouds part for ya. Nothing stands in your way when you're a boy. That's just for you, honey.
I love it. You're the best. Lea, it's great to see you. Thanks so much. I love her. You can catch Lea DeLaria live in person on Sunday, October 15th. She's performing at the Wilbur Theater in Boston. Show starts at 7:30, and tickets are still available at thewilbur.com.